With high-profile cases such as Tory Lanez and Young Thug's trials currently going on, we've compiled the list of rappers currently in prison or awaiting trial as we speak. Fetty Wap. Born Willie Maxwell II, Fetty Wap rose to fame with his hit single Trap Queen in 2014. His unique singing style and catchy beats have made him one of the most popular rappers in the world. Fame came with trouble though, and a lot of people will tell you, 2019 he'd be arrested at Rolling Loud, New York, and charged with intent to distribute over 500 grams of cocaine alongside 6 other individuals. He'd initially plead not guilty and get out on a $500,000 bond, which would be revoked after a FaceTime call was recorded in December of 2021 where he'd call another individual a rat and said he'd kill him. Fetty Wap pled guilty in August of 2022 and now awaits sentencing between 5 and 40 years. Hot Boy. Real name Akil Sharma. Hot Boy is a rapper from Florida who gained fame with his 2018 single Don't Need Time. He has released 3 studio albums and has collaborated with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, including Lil Baby. On July 2nd, 2020, Hot Boy was arrested and charged with RICO alongside 32 others after an extensive investigation into Orange County gang activity. He is currently awaiting trial with a bond of $750,000. K-Flock. Real name Kevin Perez. K-Flock is an 18-year-old rapper from the Bronx who gained fame alongside some of New York's most prominent drill rappers. On December 16, 2021, the 18-year-old rapper would get into a dispute with 24-year-old Oscar Hernandez inside of a Harlem barbershop. The two would eventually take their argument outside, where K-Flock would shoot the man in his neck and back. The artist turned himself in and now awaits trial for felony murder. Glock 9. Real name Joshua Thomas. Glock 9 is a rapper from Florida who gained fame through his 2018 hit single Block 9. He has worked with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, including Lil Durk and YNW Melly. On June 17, 2020, Glock 9 was arrested and charged with 2 felony gun possession charges and aggravated identity theft. He was sentenced to 7 years in prison for this. These charges, related to 9's alleged gang activity, have now stacked on top of pending racketeer charges, a trial far from over. Chef G. Born Sheldon Green, Chef G is a rapper from Brooklyn, New York. He gained fame with his 2018 mixtape One and Only and has worked with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, including Pop Smoke. On June 18, 2020, Chef G would be stopped at a traffic light where police would find a .45 caliber Glock and arrest him on gun possession charges. He pled guilty and now faces 2 years in prison. Tory Lanez. Born Daystar Peterson, Tory Lanez is a Canadian rapper and singer who gained fame with his mixtape Lost Cause and Conflicts of My Soul. On July 13, 2020, Lanez was arrested and charged with assault with a deadly weapon for allegedly shooting Megan Thee Stallion. This case would captivate the public, with Lanez claiming that Megan lied about the shooting and that her friend Kelsey was the real culprit. With the public split between the two, only a legal trial would ultimately settle the debate. The trial, delayed until 2022, would eventually see Lanez charged with 3 felonies. He is now being held without bail and faces up to 22 years in prison. Bryla. Real name Terrell Davis. Rilo is a rapper from Atlanta who gained fame with his 2017 mixtape Diary of the Streets. He has worked with some of the most successful artists in the music industry, including Future and 21 Savage. In April of 2018, Rilo's private plane would be searched, where police found over $1 million worth of marijuana. Rilo was arrested and charged with conspiracy to commit a felony, conspiracy to distribute at least 1 kilo of marijuana, felony possession of a firearm, and money laundering. He was finally sentenced in June of 2022 to 8 years in federal prison with 4 years time served. Q Money. Real name Kumar Williams. Q Money is an Atlanta-based rapper who gained fame with his 2017 single Work. He has released 4 studio albums and has collaborated with some of the most successful artists in the music industry. On September 15, Calvin Scotty Chappelle would be tragically shot in his cousin's house in Cleveland, Ohio. On July 24, 2020, Q Money was arrested and charged with aggravated murder of Chappelle and sentenced to life in prison. Main Music. Real name Daryl Williams. Main Music is a rapper from New Orleans who gained fame with his 2018 mixtape Realer Than Real. Hey guys, how'd it going? He has worked with some of the biggest names in hip-hop, including Currency and Young Dolph. On July 8, 2020, Main Music was arrested and charged with possession of a stolen firearm. The details of this case are few and far between, with only a 7-year sentence being made public.